YouTube, what's cracking? It's your boy 1034. You know what it is. I'm chilling. Just want to bring you this little video, man. You know, I just posted a little video of my daughter. I need to you got to be real careful about what you put on these intertubes, these YouTubes and these internets. You know what I'm saying? You know, she asked me about Abraham Lincoln. Did he secretly have slaves and whatnot? I told her, yeah. You know, I just blanketed the answer. Everybody back then had slaves. And a motherfucker is gonna comment on my page or whatever. He made a comment and sent me a link to all the presidents who did not have slaves. I really don't give a motherfuck who had a slave or not. You know what I'm saying? This is just the format that I'm teaching my daughter in. So yeah, I said he had a slave. Now, when there's so much taboo around that shit, that people want to think that he had to be whipping them and chained them, and how many did he lynch and all this other bullshit. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? He knew motherfuckers who had him. When his homeboy's slave brought him a dinner plate to the table, good old Abe didn't deny it. In the middle of the night, they're all juiced up on that liquor, and here come the motherfucking witch. Guarantee he didn't deny it, but shit like that's not documented. But I tell you what, there's only two type of people in this world, men and women. I'm half the species, so I know the evils that men do. Think motherfucking Abe gonna deny that hot piece of chocolate on a liquored up night? Right, give me a break. You know what I'm saying? After humping on that shit for a couple years, then you may think that this slavery, you know, is bad and all this other good shit, and it may be a good deed to help ease the civil conflict, to free the slaves. Whatever, man. Whatever. You know, so I made a comment back. Obviously, man, you know, mentioned some facts. I mentioned some real facts of why I don't care if my daughter thinks that Abe had slaves. That's neither here nor there. It's neither here nor there. His homeboys are dead. The generation of those motherfuckers are dead. So who knows if he had slaves and what he did to slaves. But what we do know of shit that's recent in our history is what I will still teach my daughter. And I also said that before I get a goddamn comment on this shit, I had mentioned to her that when you get older, you shouldn't study much black history. That was a lesson specifically to my daughter, to let her know that the things you learn as a youth, do not forget them, because you're gonna carry them into your adulthood. So you learn all your black history now, but when you're fucking in your 30s and in your 40s, who the fuck gives a fuck about a date and what scholar did this and what black motherfucker did that? If you upset about it and you still see there's nothing has changed, get out there and do it. Don't fucking get your nose up in a book and find another black motherfucker you didn't know about who invented this and created that. No, you get out there and change some shit. Sitting on your ass, comparing dates to another fucking black intellect does nothing. Get out there. That was my point. And as soon as I read that comment, I went ahead and told my little girl again. I said, baby, this is why it's important. And this is why Papa always tells you, do not forget what you know. Don't forget what you know. Negativity is the easiest and the quickest thing to come out the fucking holster for someone. There's always going to be someone to tell you that you are wrong. Even if they have the lack of knowledge, you are wrong first. So don't forget what you know until you gain the proper confidence to have that shit resonate. So no one can discourage you from your knowledge, from what you think and speak to be wrong when you know it's fucking right. People want to get into the particulars and shit like that. I don't give a fuck if goddamn Abe Lincoln was 6'7" or 6'8", 6'6", 6'1". It makes no difference. He was a tall motherfucker. Am I wrong or am I right? If I say every motherfucker back then had slaves, am I wrong or am I right? Just because you didn't have the papers to the motherfucker or whatever you want to call that bullshit. If you sat at a motherfucker's table back in the days and you were served by a slave, give me a break. I include that shit. Okay? So we didn't get into the nitty gritty and dissect it or anything like that. You know, if she would have said, well, I read somewhere that Abraham Lincoln didn't have a slave. And I said, well, I'll tell you what, baby, he didn't deny food being served by that slave. You understand? He didn't get up and take his plate from the table into the kitchen before that slave. No. When a motherfucking slave act out of order, out of line in front of his ass, he would tell his homeboy, yo, your slave is out of line. It's not showing me the proper respect. So, man, it's neither here nor there, bruh. But that's all I'm saying. Just wanted to get that off my chest. There's always someone who wants to try to one-up you. There's always going to be someone who wants to nitpick and tear you apart or discredit or something like that. It won't happen to me, but it came across, and I use that as a lesson to further educate my daughter on what happens out there. On what happens out there. So no, I haven't told her about no Tuskegee experiments or anything like that yet. I haven't told her about, you know, any Black Wall Street bullshit yet. I haven't explained to her why they destroyed the faces of statues in Egypt over in Africa yet, or anything like that. I haven't explained to her why the racism is so thick and so embedded and why we are the hated ones. I haven't explained that to her yet because she's already strong. She's already strong. So we just build on that foundation. But of course she'll know. She has to know who she's dealing with out here. And I got a mixed little baby, so she's gonna be all through the motherfucking histories. She's gonna be in the history of her, history of her mama, history of me, and everyone else that is not her. This is your boy, 1034. As you see, I'm always chilling, baby. Always chilling.